the flames nor their depths could claim me.
The ELO command is broken. All of those are broken, dude. They're all done. Yeah. I don't really update my commands at all. The British guy does. The British guy updates my commands. Bro, stop GP mid, please. It's broken. What? Who birthed you? Apologize to the people who birthed you. What the hell are you talking about? Who pooped you out? Apologize to your parents for those words. And go back to school. Bro said Gangplank mid is broken. I think you need a broken brain to play it. You need a little bit of a broken head. I, Neil King, only the finest Dowie tunes in the halls of this grudge holder. Bro, you ever gonna get that roleplay book? The Dwarf roleplay book's coming out. Yeah. No more dwarven polygamy. No more two husbands. The dwarves! Did you really pre-order it? Do you even care about that? I can't even tell if you're being, like, ironic. I think it comes out next year, right? That shit looks good. That shit look good. What happened to you and Orn? Bro, he just wouldn't shower, man. I couldn't be with him anymore. He would not shower, and he kept smelling like ass. And he was always away from me, toiling at the forge. I just never saw him. We had to break up. I have a friend that tells me GP is broken because at 40 minutes he one-shots him. He plays Soraka. Every champion is broken if it's not the one you play, and you lose to it. Remember that. If the character you play... If the character you're being beat by isn't what you play, it's broken. Although, to be fair, I still think... Let me ask you this. Do you think GP is a broken character? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you think GP is a broken character? 1 for yes, 2 for no. You think... What, really? You think 2? GP's kind of broken. I main this champion. I think he's really good. He's broken in the sense that, like... Wait, did I say... Yeah, no, he's broken, he's broken. Sorry, my brain is, like, thinking too much. I'm very smart. He's good. GP's a good champ. I think the reason people might say 2, as in, oh, GP's not good, or not broken, is because to be broken on Gangplank, you kind of have to put the work in, right? There's a difference in looking at Yone and saying, oh, Yone is broken, and he's just right-clicking you, right? Gangplank has to land barrels, he has to play well, he has to do a lot more than Yone to win. And looking at the two side by side, you'll be like, well, they're both broken, so doesn't that mean they're both the same? Not really. Like, Yone is... I would say GP is like a balanced broken because of the work and effort you put into him. I think that's a fair statement. He's a very broken champ, don't get me wrong. He's good. GP is really good. But he takes effort you have to put the work in to win, right? I think that's a fair statement to make. I'm still not defending GP, but at least he's got more going on than, like, Yone. Right? Like, let's not get it twisted. Yone's a fucking clown champ. Bro pulls up in the clown car, big-ass fucking goofy shoes. He just right-clicks you 99% of fights and he wins. With his dumbass Berserker Greaves. Like, the character's a joke. It's so cringe losing to Yone because you know you're not losing to something honest. You're losing to a guy with a billion auto attacks that all apply a million different things, and then he's got a fucking ability that teleports him from Narnia to fucking Uganda, up to heaven, down to hell, and then he's on Summoner's Rift, and then he instantly goes back without taking CC. It's like, no, bro. Like, pick your poison, man. These characters are so overloaded. Fuck that cannon. Well, I mean, power creep is real. Coming up with... Let me ask you this. Do you think, from Riot Games' perspective, from the people who designed the game, that Yone is a step in the wrong direction for this game? Do you think after they made him, they kind of regretted it a little bit, you know? Like, oh, this is too much type of deal? Because I feel like that's the only shit we're going to be getting, right? When it comes to Riot, they want to keep upping the ante. They want to keep making the next greatest and craziest thing ever. They want to make characters that are appealing and sell skins and have a lot of, like, different mobility options and playmaking tools, right? Like, as much as I don't like these characters, I've said it before, but you can't keep making Garens. Garen doesn't sell. Unless you made Garen, but, like, naked, and when he spins, his giant flappy dick fucking flies around. Like, yeah, that would sell. That'd do pretty well with this community, I'm sure, especially on Twitter. But that would be the only way to do it, right? The only way to do it. You can't make a character like Garen anymore and have it be okay and have it sell. It needs to be crazy. It needs to be in the news. It needs to be talked about. It needs to break the game in another way. That's the only way to do it. In the nude, yes. The less clothes, the better. This is 2024. That's what people want. In the schnood. What is this? What is this? Who would actually be excited if Riot announced a Garen Nasus champ today? Nobody. Exactly, nobody. Well, I mean, listen, if they released a Garen and Nasus clone, that would just be one more cognitive test for fucking Trick, dude. That's it. Every champ he plays, it's just a test of, like, the last 4 brain cells of that old man's head. The new biggest and greatest fucking mechanical design ever. That's an ult. Good. I mean, look, Trick comes from an era where, like, old champions were the new champ. Like, that's just it. He comes from an age of, like, Garen is the most mechanically gifted character in the game. right? And he loves those characters. And I would love him too if I came, you know, from Season 1 or, like, beta, something like that. Like, I play TF. TF is probably the most bare-bones character I've picked up. But he's not like Nasus or Garen. Even Volibear is kind of a little bit more mechanically out there than TF is, because he had an update. Well, yeah, Garen, you know why Garen's popular? Because he can get solo kills, and he's extremely easy. Garen is a self-sufficient champion. He can do things on his own. Self-sufficient solo queue champions, I'm assuming, with most people, are what people want, right? You don't really want to play a character in solo queue unless you really like the character, if they rely on other people. Like, Twisted Fate relies on other people. Do you want to play that compared to playing, like, I don't know, something that kind of get their own kills, give their own leads? Like, well, I don't know about that. You know what's crazy is I think a lot of people complain about overloaded kits, but a lot of people still play into them. A lot of people love Yone. A lot of people love the idea of Mbessa jumping around every 2 seconds. I think the negative community within League is infinitely more vocal than the positive one. Obviously. Right? So that's probably why you never hear about, oh, I love Yone, I love Mbessa, I love these characters. It's just because a lot of people don't play into them. A lot of people kind of like, you know, fuck this game, overloaded trash, blah, blah, blah. It's an unpopular thing to be happy in League. Well, you know what's... Well, let me ask you this. I don't think every old champion is obsolete. I think some didn't age well, for sure. But Twisted Fate has never really been changed in all of his years. And that character is still relevant today. He's got a great kit. A very solid, consistent, good design. And I guess it's really just like the people who made him back in the day made something that could stand the test of time. You know, he doesn't feel dated in the slightest, in my opinion. Maybe one ability. Well, TF is a lot older than Orianna. TF was one of the original champions. And he got reworked, like, very early on. His teleport used to be on a basic ability, and it was map-wide. So... I'm just saying, some characters ended up better than others, but, like, no matter what character you could release today, unless they have a spell shield or untargetability, Twisted Fate is still relevant against them. That's not a bad gig. There's no point in being down there, you're crazy. You're crazy. If I was there, there's 3 people at like full HP, bro. If I'm there, I maybe take 1 out. You're crazy. Oh my god, Orianna. Such a good matchup for Gangplank. Whoa. Augers. Well, Well, you know, one of the problems... So, one of the major issues with Twisted Fate, and I mean major issues, like incredibly unplayable, horrible dogshit issues. Twisted... you tell me right now, what is TF's best item? Type it in chat right now. What is his #1 best item? Twisted Fate. Yes, Rapid Fire Cannon. Why is an 80 carry item that does 0 damage Twisted Fate's best item? Like, are we serious? Why is an 80 carry item Twisted Fate's best item in the game? No, that's not a question. I'm just saying, why is it? Like, I guess in a way, does he need more items? I would say you could maybe give him something that he doesn't have to purchase RFC. Because, like, Twisted Fate really, really, really sucks. Like, I love Rapid Fire Cannon. Don't get me wrong, that item is amazing, and it makes TF so fun. But the idea of only being relevant in most scenarios, it's not like you can't be relevant, you know, without the item, you can. But you're infinitely a better champion. The equivalent, okay, put it this way. The equivalent of Rapid Fire Cannon is basically level 13 Gangplank. That is what that means to Twisted Fate. You no longer are a mediocre champ. You become a real champion once you get Rapid Fire, once you get level 13. It's the same thing. Like, TF just doesn't really get to play the game often without that item because everyone outranges him. Yeah, he used to go Sheen. He used to. You still do if you want to go Lichbane. Remember to ult the wave and to tag him for 1 damage so you can take all the farm and get stacks as he gets away with Flash. Oh, you're right. Like, yeah. It's just... That's just the way the world works, man. If you have a chance at making something new and fresh, you do it. You know, you got the old stuff that a lot of people do like, but they're never going to update those characters. What an unplayable fucking game. Go top. Chen has no R. I can't beat him. He's Wudong with a fucking Triforce and Tabis. Ew. Cringe. Fucking top laners being the most degenerate troglodyte fucking inhuman freaks. Sure. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. Okay, 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 sure. Sure. Alright, sure. Fucking idiot top laners, man. Sure. I'm level 13. I TP here, maybe? No. Maybe, yeah. I think we actually clear this. Good. We clear! Good. Well, I mean, every champion needs a gimmick. Mordekaiser's gimmick was, like, typically Zolt. Yeah. Like, why would you want to play Mordekaiser? Oh, I can enslave the souls of the dead. Okay, well, why would you want to play fucking, Kai'Sa? She got the big ass hanging out. She looks like a supermodel from the void. The Badangas. Every character needs a gimmick. Alawi's gimmick? Big thighs. Big buff woman. Alawi's gimmick is... I mean, she's kind of a weird one, because, like, I guess that is true. Like, but at the same time, her gameplay, it's like, what is so enticing about her gameplay? The E? Gameplay-wise, it's the E, right? That's, like, the #1 ability of Alawi. Gragas, his gimmick is just relatability. Fat, big feet, smells like ass, dangerous alcoholic, like, just unfettered by the laws of reality. He just lives life to his fullest. He loves it. He doesn't try to be anything else. He's just himself. He's just Gragas. He's the most relatable champion in the game. As a man. If you are a man, you know exactly what it's like. And that's why Gragas is so wholesome. I mean, Gragas, I'm the complete opposite to him in real life. He'd be disappointed in you. He would not like you as a son. No, he would not. He'd be very disappointed. Huge. Oh! Collector! Fucking Collector. Dude, if I only had Medj. If I had Medj! If I had Medj, that was 8 stacks. Holy moly. My bloody Medj, laddie. You gotta... Dude, Collector is GP's best item. I fucking love Collector. It is the only way you feel like you can actually secure anything. Especially with GPR when everyone escapes with 1 HP. Because remember, it's a 5% execute. That 5 damage you won't be dealing. You have a GP ult. It does nothing. Good. But because you don't have Medj, you may win. I mean, well, I'm going IE here. I'm not going Medj, so... I guess we'll see. Incel juggernaut types. I look like Nosferatu Vladimir, and playing Nosferatu Vladimir because I am bald and I do not see the sunlight. Thank you, Incel juggernaut. I appreciate your honesty. I mean, dude, you're going to be in a movie soon. Did you know you're going to be in a movie come December, Christmas? There's an entire movie about you by Robert Eggers. The tentacle! The tentacle! Better be looking for those royalties. I'd like to know how to get... You want to know how to get better at GP? Don't fucking die. I firmly believe if you want to be a really good Gangplank, you have to play perfectly every game. I don't think realistically there's room for error on this champion because he's so gold-related. He's so driven by items. Well, okay, hang on. I know every character is driven by items. That makes sense. What I'm trying to say is you realistically spike at level 13. How do you get to level 13 the fastest? Well, mainly by not dying. That's a good one. You just need to basically soak experience, soak money, never fall off, never fall behind. Like, just play perfectly, get your level 13, and win the game. That is how I believe GP should be played. You have to play perfectly every game until 13. And then at 13, continue to play perfectly. Every bit of farm, every ultimate. Don't lose any experience. Always be up the wave. Like, it's... Like, you can, of course, miss out on a few things. But, like, he's so hungry for resources. He needs experience more than most champs. Like, Kayle, Gangplank... Those characters who scale with levels, they want the most experience. His builds are very expensive. Triforce with an IE is like 7,000 gold. Plus, you know, Collector, like, you're wasting a lot of money to get anything done. So, I mean, the biggest thing is just kind of tempering your expectations. You know, don't get too ballsy. Play within your limitations. Oops. Ew! 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 I'm literally griefing. Ew, dude. Ew! Don't get ahead of yourself. Gangplank wants a clean, by-the-books game. He wants everything to go swimmingly, nothing crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary. He wants a proper lane phase. He wants a lot of farm. He wants a lot of EXP. He's a by-the-numbers guy. A sound and solid game plan that is consistent, that will give you consistent results every game, is the best way to play GP. That is the #1 thing. Does that make sense? I know I rambled a little bit, but, like, does that make sense? Gangplank doesn't thrive on chaos. Because when chaos erupts in-game, as in people are running around, there's a billion fights, there's so many things happening in solo queue, GP can't keep up. GP wants a long lane phase. He wants a lot of gold. He wants ultimates that give him kills. He wants to suck resources out of the game while consistently being himself in lane. He wants to do his thing, Give me a lead, give me a plate, give me a kill. I'm not going to roam much. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to drop my ultimate. I'm going to suck up gold. I'm going to get my level. I'm going to get my items. And in the meantime, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to misplay. I'm not going to do anything that will shit on my gameplay, that will put me behind. No. A solid, sound of mind, fucking, like, consistent brick of a gameplay. Does that make sense? You're a stone when you play GP. You're a block of wood. You don't go anywhere. You just get stuff done. Everything comes to you.